Good morning. Welcome to West Sussex again. Wow, what an epic walk for today, I think, for me. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this for just a fitness principle. But today we're doing something that's I've never been here before, and I'm really hoping that it lives up to what I'm hoping it should be and could be. I mean, dimension and size wise, really. As you can hear, the wind is rustling in the background, and we are going to be climbing at elevation at some point for all of you people out there. But today we are en route to what is known as the Devil's Humps. Not the devil's lumps or bumps, the devil's humps. And we are, ironically, very close to the devil's jumps. Yeah, if this gets confusing, it's okay. But we're going to the devil's humps. So enjoy your history lesson. Stay with me. I think you're going to like this one. Come on. Situated in the small West Sussex village of Stoughton lies a long forgotten piece of Bronze Age history, that of the Devil's Humps, also known as the King's Graves. These 4 burial mounds dated to the early Bronze Age really are a thing of incredible beauty. Out of the 4 barrows, with the 2 larger ones being bell barrows and the other 2 being bowl barrows, there's no doubt that for a snapshot in time these really would have been very significant to the community in which they were created for. It was noted that during excavations in the mid-19th century that, as you would expect with sites like this, they found burnt bones, human and animal, as well as some Iron Age pottery and some flint scrapers. In folklore, the name King's Graves comes from the story of a Viking raiding party being defeated at Chichester by the local Saxons, and the Viking leaders of that raiding party having been buried in the Devil's Humps. So it's no surprise when visiting just how impressive this site is, and a genuine hidden burial site of a time long since left to the annals of history's timeline. So now, given scheduled ancient monument status, I can safely say that this place is one you should visit should you be in the area. Hello. Just being greeted by some what seem to be very friendly cows halfway up my hill climb. Hello, lovelies. Hey. It's okay. We're all friends here. We're all friends. You're getting closer. Sniff, sniffs. Yeah, we did it. We did it. That's nice. All these flies. Huh? You're going to motivate me for getting up that hill? Yeah, you're going to cheer for me? Because I'm practically dying right now. Yeah? Cool. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Welcome back. No, we're not there yet. I just thought I'd show you my pain and suffering as I'm climbing up this stupidly steep hill. And once I've actually, I don't know if some of you saw it, the forgotten medieval palace at Clarendon. The way the landscape undulates is very similar, but unlike when I went to Clarendon Palace, as of recording this, I've just done the Devil's Jumps up the South Downs, which is an incredibly steep hill, and then filmed it, came down here and come to film the Devil's Humps, and I was perfectly aware that today would be a lot of stupidly steep hill climbing, but oh God, give me strength. Like, I'm knackered, and I'm literally knackered. I don't think it was a good idea that I plan to do both in the same day, especially because of how steep both hills are. But some of you, although might have watched or might have done these two in the same day, and if you have, fair play to you, but I am so out of shape. And as we sort of said before, I think hills are interesting because you have to kind of keep doing them to not get puffed out as much, and frankly I just don't. So to do two mega ones in one day, oh, I'm going to be aching tonight. Anyway, let's keep going, enough of me moaning. I'm so broken. I just thought I'd show you this. I'm just oh god. See, I think this is like a water tank I just found. Yeah, you can see the water level in there with a ball cock or a stop cock in there. Shall I try and wean you in? There you go. Wee, weird. With some nice, what look to be like railway pillars to support the wooden blocks on top. And it makes sense if we're having a water reservoir, because we are bang on top of a bloody big hill. There's a little drain that goes from it as well. There you go. Thought I'd just show you that. Jeez. Why is it that when you get older and you put on a little bit of timber, you know, it all just goes out the window? And it weren't too long ago, a couple of years ago, when I could have run up this. Oh god, should I stop moaning? Let's get on there, come on. Okay, so I can see them just about here, and I'm going to try and get a first reaction. We've made it. Wow, what an incredible... I'll talk to you about all that walking stuff later. Look at this. Oh my word. Now, if you've seen the Devil's Jumps video, I might have probably said how incredible that was and how amazing the spiritual energy was. But the Devil's Humps, or the King's Graves, these 4 Bronze Age barrow sites, oh my word, I think no wonder they're called King's Graves. Look at these. Just, oh. Wow. If you can see the view. No wonder they're called the most impressive round barrows on the South Downs. I mean, they just... Oh God, I've only seen 2 of them. Let's keep going, come on. Oh, look, I am... Oh, oh look. Oh my word. Oh my God. If you can see them in a sort of semi-crescent line, look at, oh wow, the views are biblical and unexpected. I think that's what, sometimes you'll go to these types of sites and you won't expect the views to be as perfect, but they really are. My main concern is I can see a lot of grey clouds, and yet I thought it was meant to be really good weather today. But hopefully it's going to come out in the camera. I would happily visit this place again. Oh, just look at it. I mean, our ancient ancestors really knew how to pick a spot, didn't they? To really cement the burial site to cement the whole idea of, you know, they just did, didn't they? I hate the fact that we sort of really don't take these for granted. You know, that we really should be visiting these more often. And obviously I see that you can see a lot of people have visited in the past, but you know, for their location, for their beauty, they're just something else. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take you with me. Glorious round barrow sites. Look at this. Oh. It's a shame that over time the condition is slowly taking its toll, but oh, look at that. People have got some chalk boulders and put their initials and other things in. I wouldn't be surprised if this was a popular place during summer solstice, which is just, sadly for me, just finished. Probably about a few days ago, as a recording this, that summer solstice had happened. Oh my word. There is an energy of these that is like no other that I've experienced. It might be to do with the fact that they feel more of a surprise to me, and they really just tick the reasons as to why these were around, and why they were so important. I'll tell you what, as much I was probably moaning about the walk up here, definitely not moaning now, because this is on another level of history because of just the way they are. I mean, again, you know, if you go to Wiltshire, you'll see similar. You know, and obviously, like I said, the Devil's Jumps, the fact that the Devil's Jumps is 5 bell barrows, but here, no, this is on a different level of just energy and feel to them, definitely. Like I said, the fact that they were once called the Devil's Humps, that transformed into the Devil's Jumps. Remarkable, just remarkable. And the fact that the grey clouds are coming over, I'm very apprehensive of the fact that this video could end semi-abruptly at any point, just because of, you know, genuinely looks like it's going to pee down with rain. I'm really hoping it isn't, but if it does, it's going to be made for a very entertaining walk on the way down. It was thankfully, because it's the South Downs, you know that you can climb and climb and climb, but you know that you're going to have to come down at some point. And the probably testament to the 4 cyclists, elderly cyclists, shall we politely say, who were having a whale of a time coming down the South Downs as I was sort of greeting them halfway up. It was quite entertaining, really. Oh, look at this. Every single one has its own feel to me. Just has its own sort of characteristic of how it pulses with this strange energy for me. Let's keep. Look at this. Again, I'm not going to do anything fanciful on this editing today, because I just felt that when it's something this interesting, spiritual and significant, I'd rather just take you with me like what we're doing now. And I really hope you appreciate that more than doing a multitude of different editing. You know what I mean by that. Look at the two on their own, isolated. And then you come here, look at this. Again, I'll keep saying it to some of you, these are just grass mounds, grass chalk and mounds. Nothing to be interested in, but when you hear about the history, hear about the folk tales, the folk legends that encompasses. I mean, it just adds to it, doesn't it? And here we are, before our final one, which I think would have been a marker from what I remember. Could be wrong on that. Well, the wind's starting to pick up a bit. I apologise. This will really test the wind muff today. Oh, look at that. Can you imagine just walking along here and not knowing about this? Let's just picture the scene that you're sort of like you're a genuine traveller and you stumble across this. Wonder what you'd make of these mounds. Look at this one. Should we go? We're going to have to go up all of them, aren't we, really? I mean, this one's probably seen better days, but and I'm wearing shorts, but we've got to do it. The traveller, explorer, the nature lover in me is primarily calling me to do these. How have I not been here before? Really mean that. Oh, look at that. So we're at the far end now of our King's Graves, or Devil's Humps. Oh, I am in heaven with the gate shut here. It's because they're unexpected, which is why I like them. It's because you come here, you're in West Sussex, and you know, you'd expect to see them in Wiltshire. You know, you'd expect to see them in a different area, which we're not too far away from Wiltshire, by the way. I just want to clarify that. And then we're just going to walk up to the gate and then make our way back straight into the weather. I think you can hear the wind. I do apologise, like I said, there's not much I can do. I've got a wind muff on for this, but sadly this is as best as we're going to do it today. But this goes off, and there it does obviously mention this is a national nature reserve, and yeah, it continues on, but obviously we're here to see these, so let's head back. Come on. Okay, so we've walked up them and we've walked back down them. I think the only appropriate thing left to do is to walk alongside them to show them as much dignity now as possible. I'm sure they wouldn't have minded us walking up and down them, just out of curiosity and to feel that energy, to relive our ancestors again. I'm terribly sorry about if the wind's coming out on this, even with the wind muff, but this is what exploring's about, isn't it? And we are really high up, as you can imagine, across the South Downs, close to, or in fact probably on top of the Monarch Way. Could be wrong on that, only from memory, which obviously again we've done previous little bits on. But here we are. This is it always blows my mind as to sort of note how interesting these are in terms of context, and the fact that this whole area of the South Downs, that it's quite possible that, you know, we've talked about this before, so we've spoken about the fact that obviously in ancient times it was more prominent to build or construct things like Iron Age hill forts or tumuli on prominent parts of the landscape to be seen for miles as statements, really, to obviously, I mean, there's multiple reasonings. Obviously, in terms of hill forts, it could have been a form of tribalism, also a fact of cultural reference, in cultural relevance, in fact, obviously agriculture, and also statement as well. And most of these, as we've seen before on previous videos, would have probably been bright white from the chalk due to their construction. So again, they would have been seen for, genuinely would have been seen for miles. And obviously, you know, if you want to be noticed in Neolithic, Bronze Age times, you're going to have to sort of think outside the box and put it up as high as possible, so that travelling across this land you'd see these statements. Oh wow, look at that wind. Whew. I think it's the first time I've actually explored somewhere that's been this windy in a while. Wasn't expecting it today. But yeah, this is just incredible. Absolutely in love with this place. I'm in love with the views as well. I don't even care if the clouds are starting to get grey. Isn't this just brilliant? So yeah, here we are at the final two again, making our way back. As you can hear, the wind is still in abundance, but it is strangely warm, so it's kind of, it's what we would refer to as tropical. Well, my family would refer to as tropical when it's really warm like this and it's got that sort of vibe to it. Let me just see what that signpost says. I know this is a part of a trail, but I'm just very curious to sort of see what that's going to tell us. Because in essence, I could probably carry on going walking this way, but what's it going to tell us? Yeah, the Kingley Vale Nature Trail, which we're on with Kingley Vale. I think it's called Kingley Vale, yeah, Nature Trail, but I'm trying to work out. I swear it was just part of a reservation or something, but I could be wrong. But it's Kingley Vale anyway. But yeah, look. And I love the fact that people have taken these little chalk pebbles and decorated their names on them, made their own little symbols. Again, I wonder what our ancient ancestors would have thought about this. They're clearly trying to write stuff or maybe even create symbols. I'm not exactly sure. They're not really coming out that well, but don't worry, if you were the people who did these, I'm not going to ruin it for you. Not that I would anyway, but you know. Again, it's weird. Like I've seen on our travels today, walking wise, a couple of dog walkers and about 4 cyclists, but they're all in a group together. But apart from that, no one else really. And it amazes me because this is a perfect place to escape your blues, your troubles, go to these sites, watch the world go by, embrace nature and its sounds. Even though, like I said, even today, even though it's windy now, it's still beautiful. There you go. What a treat. I really hope you've enjoyed this, coming along with me and looking at it for yourselves. Like I said, you might be encouraged to go and visit it yourself anyway, so if you do, go for it. Just seen a couple of walkers right over in the distance over there. You won't be able to see them, but not seen any walkers yet. I think they're going to be probably heading over this way. I've had this all to myself. Again, it just makes me so happy when you just visit a place like this and you see all the traditions that obviously the different religious sort of ideals of this, you know, folklore, legend. It has it all at places like this. It really makes you wonder, and you know, like I said, there's in most incidences in places like this there are probably more questions than there are answers, and for that you just have to really embrace that fact. And once you do that and you let your imagination or your practical sensibilities, even probably if you believed in past lives, you could probably argue that as well, you could sort of like your past life sensibilities, you could be like, I wonder if my ancient ancestors were around here farming and making community and creating these barrow sites so that everybody around could see for miles and miles. So amazing. Right, well, There you go, everybody. In immortal words of Phoenix history, I really hope you enjoyed this. Devil's Humps, King's Graves. Really hope you enjoyed the history lesson that Pre went with it. And thank you so much for your time, your patience, your love and your kindness. I've got a big old walk down the hill now, down the South Downs. I'm looking forward to it. And I'll see you all very soon. Remember to spread the word of the channel. Much love to all of you out there. Ready? Because history matters. Kapow.